Hey, everybody. How's it going? Is everybody ready to learn tonight?
Woo!
I can't
Yeah.
hear you because this is
Yeah.
one
Yes,
way. Well, I
Dr.
can hear you on
Science.
Woo!
the text. All of you lovely people in the audience, I'm going to assume you said yes and proceed. I am Dr. Science. This is the Invention Hour, and we are here to just share our love of science and our love of comedy. I've been a big fan of both ever since I got my PhD in laughter so many decades ago. But I can't do this show alone. I am helped out by my brilliant, hilarious, unpaid graduate interns. So why don't you guys come out for a bit? All right.
Oops, click the wrong button. There we go.
Now remember, this does count as class credit. So be sure to raise your hand. Be sure to be active in the discussion, and our TAs will be grading you. But I'm sure you guys are going to do great. I have faith in all of you. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Well, our first presentation tonight, you're going to hear from two different scientists about some really groundbreaking research. And first up, we'll be hearing from Carly about atomic gardening. And I told her not to elaborate on what that is because I want to find out what that means with all of you. So take it away.
All right. All right. So today we're going to be talking about atomic gardening. All right. So after World War II, America began a campaign to promote the peaceful use of fission energy. American scientists began creating large-scale gardens to test the effects of radioactive material on plant life.
What?
It was a thing. So this is a little sign from one of the first atomic gardens in the United States. It was a big project called Atoms for Peace. This is an image of the stamp. A quote from along the edge right here, along the edge of President Eisenhower at the time had a Atoms for Peace speech in front of the UN talking about not all the bad things that have happened with atomic energy, but all the peaceful and wonderful things that it could ignite. On a beautiful piece of mail and a very sad looking Albert Einstein.
Oh.
He's not very pleased to be part of this, I think. Not to be confused with Atoms for Peace, which is a band I learned about today, starring members from Red Hot Chili Peppers and Radiohead, among others. They've got fun videos. Check them out. So in Atoms for Peace, the main thing they did was gamma gardens. So a gamma garden was a large-scale garden that was set up in multiple locations across the world, including Russia and Japan. A radiated isotope, which is usually cobalt-60, it's raised into the center of the garden and radiates the garden plants. So this is the layout of a gamma garden. So you can see here the radiation source is that little sun right in the center, and the different pie slices, if you will, of plants to see what happens. So they're all shaped like pies, and each slice has a different plant so the scientists could see the effects. So this is one of the original ones, and this is one of the ones that you can see what it looks like. In each slice, you would have different plants. You would just have the same plants, just farther out and away from the isotope, which is in the center, such as this slice would be oranges, all orange trees. This slice might be all plants. This slice might be all roses, this one potatoes. Just to give you an idea, they had flowers, trees, fruit, vegetables, you name it. So what happens in a gamma garden? The plants closest to the isotope were radiated to nothing. They like burned up. They can't survive. That's just what happened. The plants farthest away had nothing happen to them because they were too far away from it. But there was this weird spot in the middle where the plants would start to mutate. So once again, looking at these, the little red area you see on the right, those would be the plants that just couldn't cut it. Too close to the radiation, too close to the cobalt 60, can't handle it. The plants over here in the green, nothing really happened to them. But these items right here, the blue area, that's where things started to go a little awry with the plants themselves. They would start to mutate. Here are some examples of some unwanted mutations.
Those look awesome.
To be flowers. They look a little wonky. And then these are examples of some acceptable mutations, such as you can see the color change here in the orange, or when plants started to lose some of their natural coloring and it started to change. Some of the best examples that came from these experiments are peppermint. So peppermint existed beforehand, but it's now much more resistant to wilting and able to fight off specific kinds of funguses way better. And my personal favorite example is before this experiment, there was no such thing as a ruby red grapefruit.
What?
Oh.
That's right. Beforehand, we only had regular grapefruits, but one of the grapefruit plants that they planted in the Gamma Garden was in the sweet spot where it did not change the outside of the fruit. It changed the way that the sugars like accepted sunlight or something bonkers like that. And it turned the fruit redder and sweeter. And because of that, we now have ruby red grapefruit. Every glass of ruby red grapefruit juice you've ever had originally came from this experiment.
Wow.
They must have planted a lot of them.
Well, the radiation, you don't have to worry about the radiation because it goes away after a bit, and the seeds, once they're away from the cobalt, they're fine. But what about me? Don't worry, you too can have your own Gamma Garden. The irradiated seeds became a big deal to the niche gardeners in the USA. You can buy atomic energized seeds and plant them in your own gardens. Which one would you rather have? I know which one I would rather have. Atomic blasted seeds is what I want. So the Atomic Gardening Society was created to celebrate the achievements of its members' gardens. You can still join this today. It's pretty interesting. You can go to their website and you can even buy irradiated seeds on like Amazon and stuff. And you can plant your own mutated plants to see what happens. And the last thoughts I need to tell you is that Gamma Gardens still exist in the world today. And they continue to be centers for plant mutation and exploration. And it's a surprisingly helpful and successful experiment. Good job, USA, on that one.
Yeah, USA.
Oh, great. Thank you. Wow. That was pretty amazing. I never knew that some of my plants were irradiated. Well, that way. So I do have a couple of questions. Do you know what kind of superpowers those plants have now and what their superhero names are?
I can only imagine that would probably be redacted information at this point. So I do not have the clearance level. I'm sorry.
So did they eat any of the plants that were in that like middle zone? Or did they like grow the ancestors of those plants?
I mean, I can only imagine that they had to in order to figure out that the ruby red grapefruit is sweeter and it better in every way than the regular grapefruit.
So those people are probably also superheroes then, right?
Again, redacted information. I don't think I can answer that.
Now, do you think that if I stood 30 feet away from cobalt 60, I would be sweeter?
Well, to be honest, you're already pretty sweet.
Oh, Carly.
Yeah. But if you stood 30 feet away from Cobalt 60, don't think you'd be sweet for that long.
Oh, right. Because of the radiation poisoning. I love. I don't know where you found those stamps in that that letter. I love the enthusiasm of using a mushroom cloud as the symbol for peaceful use of radiation. Is this before power plants, which are an actual peaceful use of
No,
nuclear power?
I'm not sure. I know that the Big Bang happened in 46, and the speech itself for Atoms for Peace was given in 1953. So
They didn't waste a lot of time.
just a few years. So there's a good chance that it could have existed, but I mean, they could have done anything in that 7 years.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you for giving us this presentation. I just have one more question. When you're growing an irradiated garden, is the first thing you harvest the mushroom clouds? All right. I'm just gonna sign off and let my grad students take it away.
Look at those plants over there. Those normal plants over there.
Why do they even bother? Why do they even bother? Now that we're here,
Right? Like, do they radiate like we do? I don't think so. I don't
that
think so.
look at that rose. All her petals are one color. All mine are different colors.
They are. You're beautiful. Look at that blue and that
Yep,
green and then a little bit of red. She's just all red.
Yeah. All red. That's who cares. All red is so.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear us. Okay, you're special.
You have good ears. That's nice.
I just don't
So what?
understand.
I have 3 ears. I have multicolored petals and I have 3 ears. You have 2 ears, 10 fingers, 10 toes. I don't even have toes, but I have different colored petals.
I mean, just because you're atomically charged, you're plants too. We're all plants.
Did you hear the way she said atomically charged? Did you hear how the lack of respect in her mouth?
So lack of respect. I'm a ruby grapefruit. I wasn't even here before. Okay. I'm brand new.
Okay.
You say atomically charged like it's a bad thing.
Oh, hey guys. Hey. Just a regular sunflower, just passing through. What's up, guys?
Yeah, you just fuck off with that attitude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what? Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, you guys are jerks.
Yeah, they I don't know. Next they're gonna be saying that they're like superheroes or something. Whatever.
Wait.
Do you not think we're superheroes? I mean,
that's not supposed to. We're not supposed to tell people that.
Sorry.
Scene. Yeah, I'm sorry. We only have seats left in the blue section.
Oh, the blue section.
Yeah.
I got here really early. I've been waiting in line. And all you can offer me is the blue section?
Sorry, that's all we have left. I mean, believe it or not, green section, of course, everyone would imagine that fills up first. But, some people want to sit in red, but, that's strange. I don't ask too many questions.
Listen. Okay. I know. I feel like it's gonna change me, and I don't want that.
Riley, come on! There's plenty of seats in blue.
Oh, hey, Barry, what's wrong with you?
Nothing. It's a great show.
I don't know. I personally prefer the red zone.
Oh, she's so close.
So close. Yeah, look, there are some advantages to going in the blue section, I mean, you never know what might happen.
Oh my god, is Barry shedding?
It's really,
Shedding?
it's really electric
It just
here.
kind of moves around.
What can I tell you? It's unpredictable, but you know what? I mean, we have some complimentary grapefruit juice that you can have there too.
Scene. Listen, I had an idea. I have an idea. I have a good idea. I was down by the creek, and I have an idea to save us lots of money. Okay? We have, there's electric energy, there is nuclear energy. Well, I'm going to take my rod and reel and I'm going to make some fishing energy that is going to power us until the end of time. I'm going to make energy out of fishing.
Out of fishing?
Yeah.
Down by the creek?
Down by the creek. I'm going to throw it and reel it back in real quick. And that'll cause the friction for the fishing energy.
Okay. Now, I have a question though. So I've been
Okay.
fishing with you, and you're a great fisherman. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
yeah.
about after 4
I won the
reel-
county tournament 4 times.
You did. That you did. But after 4 reel-ins, usually you get tired. So how much energy do you think you're going to manage to?
Well, that's what we're going to recruit lots of people, and we'll have people lined up all down the creek, just fishing energy.
Tag out Brian and Jess. Bring back anybody. Look, I get it that you were really wanting to try this new energy source, but it's terribly inconsistent.
Want to take this one?
You know what? We have been making a study of different energy sources, and we've decided that we would like something that is less consistent.
Well, I think this fishing energy is it. It's almost as if somebody's like getting tired and then it like lowers and then
You want to take this one?
Frankly, the world is unpredictable. We simply wanted our energy to be the same.
okay, again, I was really excited to be trying a new energy source, but I think I'm gonna have to leave your service.
Tag out everyone. Bring back Jess. Okay. You were right. I get tired. I got another idea. We buy a lot of balloons, and we find people with hair, and we rub them. We rub it. It's the rubbing energy.
I've seen that before. I've actually done that at a party to my sister. She gets upset when it happens, but she just and then it just.
Tag out, Jess. What do you mean I didn't get the job?
I have read the equal opportunity law backwards and forwards, and you cannot sue me because of your lack of hair. I'm sorry. This is like I'm a short man. I'm 5'3". This is like if I walked up to LeBron James and said, "What do you mean I didn't get the job? You're just not suited for this line of work, just like I'm not suited for dunking and dribbling."
Hey, I'm here for the callback. It's weird. I've never had to put this on an application before, but it asked me to confirm that I have a lot of back hair.
Yep, you are. And I can just I tell by looking at you.
Oh yeah, there's a ton there. I mean, am I gonna have to work shirtless?
Scene.
Oh, Bobby. Okay, I got these flowers for you.
Thank you, honey.
I picked them from the garden you told me not to go to.
Wait, what?
And now I'm glowing.
Baby, did you go? No, I specifically said go to Grandma's garden. Did you go to the Gamma garden?
I did. And I love Granny's garden.
Yeah.
But they don't have, look at it. It's a rose. It's a rainbow rose.
Okay.
I got these grapefruits and they said that they're brand new. And then I got these flowers. I don't know what these are, but they were shiny.
Yeah, they don't. Wow, they don't look like any flowers that we're supposed to. Baby, can you back up? Like.
Tag out Millie. All right, fine. You're here at the Gamma Garden, but we here at Phi Gamma Gamma have 2 rules. You can take whatever you want, and you have to not tell anybody that we've buried radiation all over the place.
I can take anything.
As long as you follow rule number 2, we're Phi Gamma Gamma. We're very generous, but we play with radiation.
Yes.
Tag out Brandon. Where did you get that?
What?
I want you to tell me where you got that right now.
A house. I got it. I got it at a house with some really nice people. They said I could take anything.
I'm going to have to redact you.
Scene.
And see, great. Oh, it's all fun and science till someone gets redacted. Well, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you had a great time because we're only halfway through. We have twice as much learning to do. We've gone through one. Anyway. Next up, Eileen is gonna come give a presentation on the Gulf Stream and why it matters. So if you thought that the Gulf Stream didn't matter, well, pay close attention because it does. Anyway, so there we go.
Okie dokie. Well, I was just scrolling through the science news as I like to do now and again and came across this article called "The Gulf Stream System at its Weakest in Over a Millennium." And well, did you know that some people refer to the Gulf Stream as the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation? Yuck. Okay, no wonder people always call it the Gulf Stream, not the AMOC. But I guess if we were really serious scientists, that's what we would call it.
It's running amok.
Yes, I knew someone would say that.
Sorry.
It's all right. Okay. The Gulf Stream is a warm water, fast-moving current that brings warm water from the region in the Caribbean up into the more northern parts of the Atlantic, the northeastern part of the Atlantic, like Iceland and the British Isles. You can see it here. Remember this little blue swatch right here. I'm going to come back to that later, and that's going to be really important. Anywho, I thought you'd have fun with this one. Right now, they have identified a cold North Atlantic blob. Colder than usual. Yes, colder than usual temperatures happening. This is 2016, and they, whatever. Okay, it's 5 years ago, I know, but it's still there. Okay, so one of the first people to actually draw a map of the Gulf Stream was, you guessed it, Ben Franklin. He was never president, but his picture is on the $100 bill. Yay. Okay, he drew this. He did so much stuff. I don't know how this guy did all this. Okay. There are a lot of large ocean currents in the oceans of our planet, as you can see here. And they are kind of, sometimes there are these dead spots kind of in the middle of oceans where trash tends to accumulate. And I had to have a little sidebar about this as a little environmental message from me to you. But some things you can do about cleaning up ocean garbage patches. First of all, I did a little research into this with my friend Robin Stegman. And what I found out is, one of all things, do never support the Ocean Cleanup Project. It's the first thing that will come up when you Google how to clean up, garbage patches in the ocean. Because apparently they're, I don't want to get into it too much because I don't have that much time, but let's just put it this way, that some guy who thought he had a good idea doesn't, but has kind of invested all of his life into this thing and gotten a lot of money from Silicon Valley and is having a hard time kind of copping to the fact that his idea isn't really going to work. Ooh. Okay, so don't support them. Also, I'll come back to that in a minute, another reason why you shouldn't. But also do approach the Ocean Conservancy, because they do support the oceanographers of the world and listen to what they say. And this other group, Five Gyres, is apparently pretty good too. I don't know much about them. But the best things we can all do to end this is to help end the use of single-use plastic and support legislation to regulate it. And catch the garbage before it makes it out to sea like the trash wheel does. By the way, these people at the ocean cleanup, they have tried to steal the IP of Mr. Trash Wheel. Need I say more? Yes, they're bad. They're very bad. So there are these satellites orbiting, monitoring the situation in the North Atlantic. And they monitor a lot of other stuff too. They're cool. They're in high geosynchronous orbit, so they're always looking at the same part of Earth. There are like 4 of them to cover it all. But they also monitor volcanic eruptions and wildfires. And they look at the sun too. They're not just looking at the Earth. They also look at the sun, and they monitor ocean temperatures and currents. So anywho, I just wanted to do a little plug for them because it's cool. So you might wonder, like when I was reading the article, they talked about how one of the ways we can study how the Gulf Stream has changed over the last 1,000 years is to use proxy data. And I was like, what's that? From the Natural Archives. I love that. So the Natural Archives, it turns out, are sediments and the ice sheet in Greenland and other places too. So we can take cores of the sediments and the ice and tell how temperatures have changed and the speed of the ocean current has changed over the last 1,000 years. Like, so the current can move larger grain sediments when it's bigger. So if you're stronger and faster, you can move bigger things. And also the ice core can tell us the temperatures because there are different ratios of the oxygen isotopes in them. And yes, isotopes mentioned in Carly's lecture too, I might add. So
they're back.
Oh yeah, callback. Also, they look at old ship's logs, going back into, like as far as they had written records of because they wanted to get records of how long it took them to get from place to place. So even though that's not very, not super quantitative, I guess it's still kind of cool, like that they look at these old records. But this is a map of the oceans of the world. And these currents are not just on the surface. They're like 3-dimensional. It's like a huge conveyor belt. And one of the key things that happens up here, so here's the Gulf Stream, and the water comes up here and circulates. And then it is very salty in this part normally when things are normal. And then it will become very dense and it will sink to the bottom. And then it goes along the bottom. And then in different places, it does something we call upwelling. And it comes back up to the surface. And it's kind of brings up all kinds of food for the organisms and stuff. It's very cool. But global warming can interrupt this process because it causes increased rainfall. And the Greenland ice sheet is melting. So it introduces all this fresh water into the North Atlantic, which makes the water less dense. So it won't sink the way it's supposed to. So we think this is slowing down the current over time. So, the results show that the current is at its weakest point that it's been in 1,000 years. And this weakening has really happened in the last 100 years. What else is happening? Oh, yeah, fossil fuels. But the jury is out on what that's really going to cause. According to Hollywood, one of the greatest sources of scientific information that the American public has, 2 things could happen. One, you may have seen The Day After Tomorrow where they hypothesize that it'll cause an abrupt cooling, which, there is some evidence that could happen. And then there's it cause increased global warming, which right now the scientists who wrote this study are leaning towards because because that cold water or that water in the North Atlantic, when it does sink, it sort of draws down heat out of the atmosphere. And you can think of it as a giant air conditioner in a way. So this does a lot of good things. It keeps the temperatures in Europe and England and Ireland a lot warmer than they would normally be given their latitude, which is the same as northern Canada. But it also has this other effect. Remember how I told you to remember that corridor of water on the East Coast? The current creates this sort of almost like topographic high in the middle of the ocean. Like, so it's almost like a hill of water off the coast of North America. And if the current slows down and stops, this will all even out and it will flood the East Coast and also coasts on the other side of the Atlantic. And water levels could rise more than we currently are anticipating they could. So, anywho, I know that maybe that was not quite as funny as Carly's beautiful speech. But, you know, and I had my video off the whole time, so you won't be able to see me, but hopefully you could hear me.
Great. We could hear you. Thank you so much. And I big shout out to begin with for including your sources at the end. I love that. If anybody wants to look more into that, they can just go back and pause the video and read some nice scholarly articles. I would definitely encourage that. So
Yes.
you mentioned you were scrolling through the science news. I am super interested. What science websites do you check on a daily?
Well, I mean, I do. I teach 7th grade science, so I'm always looking for good articles for kids. And there's a publication called Science News where they take, you know, scholarly articles and they make them so more like readable for the general public and for like younger audiences. So, but you know, they have great stuff in there. It's so interesting, you know, and I had a hard time picking out what I was going to do, but I decided to go for the environmental message.
Nice. Yeah, great. You know, it's a little eye-opening and concerning that the Gulf Stream, you know, is at its weakest. But you know, as someone else, and I'm sure a lot of us were at our weakest or least productive in 2020, you know, do you think that there's any sort of motivational encouragement we could give to the Gulf Stream?
Well, I mean, I think we could, you know, let the Gulf Stream know that there are things that do work, you know.
Yeah.
Like for us, it was social distancing. For the Gulf Stream, it may be cutting down on our use of fossil fuels.
Yeah. Do you think the Gulf Stream should try sourdough? It really worked for me.
You know, I mean, I don't know if the Gulf Stream needs any more distractions. I mean, it's gotten kind of slow as it is. So, you know, it needs to like, I don't know, get off of the office chair and start moving around more, get some exercise.
Been there. Gulf Stream is a mood.
I felt like there was one more thing I was going to say about that. Oh yeah, there's like a new legislation right now coming up in Congress about single-use plastics and also just a lot of good like environmental like stuff that could really make a difference. I think the change has to come at the government level, like, and the, you know, everything comes back. This is Robin clarified this for me, and I already kind of knew, but she really underlined it, which is everything comes back to the oil companies. Everything.
Wait, are they listening?
Yeah, they definitely
they know
are
we're doing this.
Yeah, we're
right. If you're free to talk, blink twice. If the oil companies are behind you right now, tap your left ear. Anyway, so I did want to ask you something else. That is so cool that Ben Franklin drew the first map of the Gulf Stream. I mean, that guy, he was inventing stoves. He was talking about turkeys. He was flying kites. Do you know how he drew that? Like, was he in a boat kind of like exploring the Atlantic?
No. And by no, I mean, I'm not really sure how he drew that.
Oh, okay. He might have been in a boat.
I doubt it somehow. I don't know that he had time for that. But you know, the Pilgrims, when they were on their way to the New World, they went against the Gulf Stream, which is one reason it took them so long and they had so much trouble and they ended up in the wrong place because they didn't go the right way.
Yeah. Well, as a descendant of Pilgrims and knowing how stubborn my family is, that doesn't surprise me one bit. All right. Well, Eileen, thank you once again for giving another presentation to us and teaching us all about the Gulf Stream. And if anybody tells me the Gulf Stream doesn't matter, I'm going to know exactly why they're wrong. And with that, come on out, grad students. Let's do some more improv.
Yeah, bruh. You gotta try this new weed. It's gonna get you a topographical high.
Whoa, no, come here.
Yo, what?
I got this new weed. Give me a geosynchronous high.
Oh shit, bro.
I was ordered, baby.
What's the name of that stream, bruh?
Like satellite G6774. It was so weird. I thought it was a trick, but it
That's like really hard to memorize.
yeah, I think that's kind of the point. Like it was so weird. Like every 90 minutes, I saw the same thing that I saw 90 minutes ago.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Hey, I'm just here to deliver your pizza. I've been here for an hour and a half.
Pizza sounds amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it was way down there. Like I think I got a little of that topographic contact.
Oh man. Yo, we gotta get like a tectonic plate over here.
Oh no, you don't want that. I did that one time. I was split in two for like a week. I couldn't integrate.
Yeah, bruh. Don't blow your top.
Hey,
Hey,
you asked me to come and pick up your paper and take it to the professor, and it's been 2 hours now. Do you have it for me to take to your professor? No? All right.
Is that it?
Scene. You called me a cold blob. That's why I'm breaking up with you.
I mean, I meant it like a compliment.
How are either one of those words in a romantic context, either separate or together, how is that a compliment?
I don't know because I get to warm you up.
When we started dating,
Blobby.
you called me your lean, mean loving machine, and now you call me a cold blob. It's just mean.
Blobby.
No, I'm not. No. Just
Cut
because.
to Brian in high school with other people around. Look, it's cold blob.
Cold blob.
Guys, I just came out of the shower, okay?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this must have been a cold shower.
Yeah, just leave me alone.
We can't
Dummies.
do that. We're
Let's
high
cut back
schoolers.
to with Eileen. It just brings back bad memories. And I just no, don't make that face. It's not going to help. Those two words. In fact, I was going to propose to you tonight, but not now. Oh no, don't smile. I'm going to write up a prenup that says you cannot use the phrase cold blob ever. Or I
But you still want to get married?
I think so, but only if you sign the cold blob prenup.
Right. I'll do it. Just pass it over.
Okay.
cut to them on a date in 10 years. Just here to check. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yes, he's going to keep following us. I've have him on retainer. It's
Look, okay, it's gotten to the point where I can't even say either the C word or the B word.
nope, because you might accidentally, you might say one and then say the other accidentally. So all your drinks need to be what? What do your
Cut
drinks
to
all
Eileen
need to
at the coffee shop. Yeah, so yeah, this is hot coffee. This is what you wanted, right?
Yeah, I know.
This
it's
isn't
not
what
what
you
I want.
Well, what temperature would you like your coffee? We'll make it any temperature you'd like.
Not hot.
Well, okay, it's not hot, but I mean that could be lukewarm.
tag out Brandon. Well, which 50s horror movie do you want to see? You have to pick one of them.
I don't want to see Creature from the Black Lagoon again.
Tag out Brian.
Oh, no, bring it on.
Ma'am, I'm really confused. I have never installed an HVA system without the cold setting.
Don't
don't
say
want-
it.
Scene. All right, fellow founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, the other guy. Well, I'm really glad we could all meet here today. I think we can really hammer out this whole declaring independence from the British, but you guys, can one of you take notes, because I have to go get on a boat in like the next 15 minutes.
Hey guys, it's me. It's Ben. Sorry I'm late. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm really hungover.
Ben, you.
I have this notebook here's by the side of my bed, and I've got like these lines drawn on it, and it looks like Gulf and street. Do you know what the fuck I
Are
drew
you
last
mapping
night?
the Gulf Coast again?
What?
Is
that
that why
what
you
I
wanted
did?
me to charter a boat for this morning?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Ben, you're
I
always
drank like a bottle of absinthe last night.
Ben, we're
And just-
founding a country. You can't keep making maps about the ocean.
Yes. You can't keep coming up with ridiculous ass ideas expecting us to like listen to them.
I got one. I got a ridiculous ass idea
God, no.
called a stove.
Oh,
Ben,
I
you're
don't know
drinking-
what it is. I just wrote that word down. I don't know what it is,
Oh,
but I'm going to make it real.
Ben, your drinking has gotten out of control. I couldn't get into my house last night, and I couldn't find where my key was. And 3 days later, it was stuck to your kite.
Scene.
Honey?
Yeah.
Honey, yeah, so the wedding speeches are coming up. And your father is going to speak for us, but I'm a little concerned because as we both know, every time he starts to say something really important, it gets like he's in a slow motion machine or some shit. And it's every time he starts to say something super important.
Yeah.
Did we ever find a fix to that? I mean, I took care of a lot of stuff, but did you ever find a fix to that?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking that maybe if we all slow down, he'll seem faster.
Oh God, here he comes. I guess we'll find out.
yes. Hey.
Hey.
How's everything? Everything going good? You ready for the wedding tomorrow?
Yeah, we thought we'd give you a chance to practice that speech.
Oh.
All right,
So
remember
excited.
we did talk about like trying it a little faster.
Okay. I am the happiest father on the planet. My daughter's getting married.
It's faster than it was at Christmas.
It's really good.
Sounds great, right?
Tag out Carly and Millie. Mr. President, I need the nuclear codes. Hurry up. Hurry up. The Russians are sending their missiles.
2,
Faster.
4,
I got that.
7.
I can remember phone numbers. Give me them 7 at a time.
3,
Scene.
2.
Hi, is this Verizon support? Yeah, Verizon support. Did I finally get to a human?
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
yep.
thank God.
Sorry.
My phone's it's been stuck in a dead spot for like 6 hours. I was hoping you could help me with that.
Yeah. Can you just tell me your zip code and city?
Yeah, zip code is a 48664, Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dead zone. All of the internet traffic and phone traffic around it is going really fast. We installed fiber into all of the Beltway cities, so yours is going to be a bit stagnant.
What? But no, I have my warranty, and it says that if I have a disruption of service or a dead zone for more than 6 hours, I can call and get it fixed.
You can call it, but we're under no obligation to fix it. I mean, we're Verizon. We've written all of these to get ourselves out of any responsibility.
What? So you're telling me there's a ring of internet service, of high quality internet service around my phone?
Your neighbors are literally playing Fortnite in 4K and downloading HD movies, like that. I want to make friends with one of them.
Well, how can I contact them? They're outside. They're on the.
Yeah, you're right.
I can help you.
Oh, great.
I've been getting together a lot of money from Silicon Valley, and I've basically got these two rocks. You can bang them together, and people will be able to hear you outside of the circle.
Oh, wow. Random weirdos from the internet usually don't just show up on our conference calls, but hey, we're Verizon. We don't really know how to run a good phone network.
Did you use the two rocks to get on this call?
Yeah, these two rocks will, I think, work, although no science supports it whatsoever.
But money has supported it.
Somebody call for a scientist. My name's Dr. Kinnard, and I'm not a serious scientist. I'm a playful scientist.
What?
Yes.
What? How can I get 3 calls in one and I can't get any on my regular phone? What? That's your researcher?
Silly. I bet we're going to need to get to the bottom of this.
Hi, I'm that unwanted customer satisfaction person.
Oh, no.
I was wondering, how would you rate your call?
0.
Okay.
0.
I made it back on the call. Is there anybody? Oh my God, this is a mess. Well, we can't do anything about this. We're Verizon.
But my what?
Be sure to rate your call at the end.
I'm hanging up.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Oh, I think we learned a lot. I think we're more informed citizens of the world. I do encourage everyone. Well, first, come on out, grad students. I'd like to bestow some class credit onto you. You all get A's for the semester. You guys have been great. Still not going to pay you, but there is gonna be some pizzas in the faculty lounge, and they all got your name on it.
Yes.
Will there be mushrooms?
Pineapple.
There will be mushrooms.
I call pineapple.
Can we take a whole pizza by ourselves and go sell it to someone so we can have the money that you won't give us?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I went back to school later in life, and I have a family to support.
Well, if anybody has some good science websites that they'd love to share with our viewers, I think one of my favorites, spacenews.com. Bit of a niche, but if you like learning about space, that's a good one. Yeah, Brian, you got one?
I get all my science news from theonion.com. Groundbreaking stuff.
Okay, great.
I would like
Carly.
to volunteer 2 podcasts. One of them is coming back. I'm just going to talk about the one. Good Job Brain is coming back. There's 4 hosts, and every week they pick one topic, such as candy or spies, and they each find some interesting fact about that topic. And it's coming back. It's been gone for like 2 years. I'm very, very excited about it, and that's where I first heard about the atomic gardening.
Great. All right. Well, however you learn about science, whatever your subject that you're passionate about, stay curious, stay learning, keep your mind active. And until next time, thank you all for coming and have a good night.
Awkwardly wave.
The show's over, so I don't know.
We're still streaming.